Good morning, students. Let us discuss the next part of the lesson, diversity in our society. So, yesterday we have studied about both the Sumans, how they became friends. Okay, what is the meaning of diversity? Being different, all are not same. So, people are belongs to different communities, different languages, okay, different religion people, okay. So those are living together. So that is the meaning of diversity, okay. So here both the sumans, one is a vegetable suman and another one is the uh, student suman, okay. Actually those are strangers, okay. Those languages are different and religion is different, social status also different, but after some days, after meeting two or three times, they became friends. So like that, people came from different places, okay, and stayed in different places, and they shared their cultures, languages with others, okay. So how does diversity came about? So already we know our ancient people, food gatherers, moved one place to another to collect the food. So those were not stayed at one place. Okay, like that, people also moving one place to another for their livelihood, for better facilities, for development. Okay, so at all times in history, people went in search of new lands and settled in new places. So already you know that European country people went to America for search of lands. Okay, after a discovery of route to the America, most of the European went or migrated to um, North America and South America and settled there. Why? Because in European countries there was no more agricultural land, okay. Like that, here also people went different places and settled in new places. Sometimes they went for trade or to conquer many and settle in new places. So even Afghanistan sultans came to India to conquer our country. Some European traders came to our country to do trade with our country. So even Britishers also came for trade only, no? Already you know. Later they established their kingdom in our country, and about 300 years those were ruled our country. Okay, so some other times they left their homes due to floods, droughts, epidemics, war, and conflicts. So, some people move because of floods, because of droughts. In Dubai, Arabian countries, people moved from their place to different countries because of droughts, epidemics, wars, and in some countries, they both the neighboring countries were busy with the wars. So then people of those countries move from that place to another places. So at that time, when they move from their places, when they want to settle in another places, they also brought their languages, religions, and cultures to the new places and tried to follow them in the new place also. Okay, they don't even after settled in other places also, they follow their own traditions. No, they cannot live their own traditions, own language, own religion. That's why they continue their culture, traditions, and religion in the new places also. So what happened? So now gradually they mixed up with the people of those areas, adapted many of their things, and also taught many of their own things to them. So that when they migrated to another places, these people slowly mix with the other people, slowly try to maintain relation with the other people. So at the time they will adapt some new things from local people, and also at the same time these people also try to teach their traditions to other local people. Okay, so how this happened, we will discuss with the examples. So take one of the example, Thar Desert. Oh, already you know about the desert. Desert means the land filled with sand. The area which is not having plants or grass, that's called a desert. Okay, so we have one desert in our country that is called Thar Desert. So Thar Desert is situated on the borders of India and Pakistan. So it is spread into three countries: India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Okay, so a large part of it is in the Marwar region of Rajasthan state. So in India, the Thar Desert spread into three states: Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Between three states, but large part of its desert is in the Marwar region of Rajasthan state. So this place receives very little rainfall and there are no large rivers flowing. So why? Because it became a desert. Why? Because it receives very little rainfall, between 100 to 150 millimeters of rainfall it will get. So there were no any large rivers. Only one river flows in the Thar Desert, that is Luni. Luni river only flow in the Thar Desert. And another one canal is there, which is dug by the government, that is Indira Gandhi canal. It provides water to Rajasthan people. So as a result, very few trees grow there and very few crops can be cultivated because of lack of water. The Rajasthan people unable to cultivate the crops. Only grass grows here. People here mainly depend upon grazing sheep, goats, and camel. Camel, one of the most popular animal which can we see in the desert. Okay, so next, this is also called ship of desert. Camel also called ship of desert. Okay, so the people depend on grazing sheep, goats, and camels. The sheep herds so usually travel across many states with their herds and usually come back before the rainy season to Thar. Means here in the rainy season they will stay in the Rajasthan. So in another seasons they travel different states along with their goats, sheep, and camels. Okay, to graze them. Next, many traders traveling to and from Iran and Afghanistan pass through this desert. So previously in ancient times, before 300, 400, 500 years back, so usually people traveled with the help of camels, horses. Okay, so they traveled by walk only. At the time they don't have any vehicles. Okay, so traders also traveled through the desert from Iran and Afghanistan to do trade with Asian countries. So at that time they cannot travel longer period it is test. So that's why they stop over at convenient places to rest. Some after traveling 15 days or 20 days, they stayed more days in some areas in Thar deserts to take rest. So, along with them, many pilgrims. Pilgrims means who visit the temples. Those are called pilgrims. Many pilgrims going to Dwarka in Gujarat or to Makkah and Medina in Arabia, to Azmir and Pushkar Lake would pass through this area along with the traders. Not only traders, the pilgrims also traveled through Thar desert to visit the different pilgrim places. So those are also settled, stayed some days in those places. Like that, people started moving, traveling in the desert areas. So to provide facilities to them, to pilgrims, to traders, some other people also came and settled here to provide facilities to these people. So over a period of time, these places have grown into important towns and cities like Jaisalmer, Bikaner and Jodhpur. So some people came from different places and settled in the middle of the Thar desert to provide facilities to traders or pilgrims. Okay, like that. Like that, slowly those areas became cities. Thus over centuries, it took thousands of years. So people of many religions like Bora, Bohra Muslims, Sunni Muslims, Shia Muslims, Jains, Saivas, Vaishnavas and Sikhs settled down in these towns and cities. Not only Hindus, Jains and Sikhs and Muslims. In Muslims, different community people, Muslim people, Bohra Muslim, Sunni Muslim, Shia Muslim. Why? Because this is the border of all the Muslim countries, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, like that. So that's why different Muslim community people also came and settled down here. Similarly, many Marwari or Marwadi traders from these spots went all over India and settled in several places. Already you can see so many Marwadi people in our Hyderabad. Out of 80 lakh population, nearly 20 lakh population belongs to Marwadi people. Okay, like that. Here, how diversity established here. So different community and religion people came and settled here. Okay, and they established famous cities. So many kings, so you can see here Jaisalmer port, so constructed by kings. So many kings from different parts of the subcontinent established kingdoms in these parts, in desert parts. All these people together developed complex system of harvesting rainwater and cultivating desert soil. So definitely after settled in those areas, definitely they thought about how to harvest the water. So slowly they adopted harvesting water and cultivating some crops in the desert soil. So desert means most of the soil is sandy, no? No. Thus, Thar became the most thickly populated desert in the world. You have to remember, Thar became the most thickly populated desert. So once upon a time, that was a barren land, no trees, no people. But in now, so many cities were established, so many religion people, different cult people came there. Okay, next. Earlier people mainly ate rotis made of bajra with green gram or black gram and ate vegetables that grow on some trees, sangri and thorny bushes. So they previously they don't know about remaining vegetables. Those were not available. They ate only rotis made with bajra and green gram and black gram, no wheat, and they used only one type of vegetables. Okay, so now these were dried and eaten throughout the year. So these pulses and these type of vegetables were dried and eaten throughout the year. Today, however, you can get all kinds of food from idli sambar to pizza and ice cream. How it is happened? So because of diversity. Okay, clear? Next, the cattle of the region give very good milk and excellent sweets are made from them. So Bikaner, a city of the Thar Desert, is very famous for both the sweets and savories. So nowadays, now different chocolates are preparing with camel milk also. Now camel milk became very popular in the world. Why? Because so in India we are having camels in Rajasthan and Punjab and Gujarat areas. So they are producing milk and preparing chocolates and selling in internationally. Okay, all the people who came to Tar brought new crafts, new styles of dressing and new kinds of food. So today thousands of tourists from all over the world come to enjoy the diversity of the Thar Desert. So people came and settled and they brought their traditions, they brought their religion, they brought their language, okay, and new style, new crafts, new style of dressing, so new kinds of food. So that's why you can see different diverse foods, diverse cultures, diverse languages in that Thar Desert. That's why that was that is in the Thar Desert is now attracting worldwide people. So many people are coming and visiting the Thar Desert. Okay, next. So take the another example, Sikkim. So one of the small state in our country. Sikkim also one of the state out of 29 states. Okay, Sikkim is a small state situated in the eastern parts of the Himalaya mountains. So that eastern states are called Seven Sisters. Already you know. So out of Seven Sisters, Sikkim also one of the state. It is one of the small state. Okay. So Kanchanjunga, one of the highest peaks of the Himalayas, is in Sikkim. What is the peak? Means mountain, highest mountains. So one of the Kanchanjunga also one of the highest mountains situated in Sikkim. So here the people face harsh climatic conditions. So it remains cold throughout the year, and so many places were covered with ice and snow in the winter also. It also rains heavily in monsoon, and because of that many rivers flow from this region throughout the year through these valleys. Okay, Sikkim is situated on the boundary between India, Nepal, Bhutan and Tibet, China. So it is having a borders with other countries, other three countries like Nepal, Bhutan and China. So that is why people from all these areas, from Bhutan, from Nepal, from China also came and settled down here. Okay, some are Nepalese, some are Tibetans and remaining Bhutanese. So here these people knew the 11 languages. The Sikkim people knew 11 languages in that small state. So they have a close relationship with the Tibetan lamas. Lama means monks of Buddhist monks are called lamas. So who brought Buddhism to this area? So Bhutan, Sri Lanka and some areas are very famous for Buddhism. Okay, so they also established many beautiful monasteries in Sikkim. Next, Sikkim was an independent country till 1975, ruled by the kings called Changyas. So, when we got the independence in the year 1947. But up to 1975, so that country was independent and ruled by kings. So at the time of independence, we have 550 princely states. Okay, means different countries, different kingdoms. So after the independence, all these 550 princely states were merged with the India. So at the time, Hyderabad and some other 2 or 3 princely states not shown interest to merge with the India. So like that, Sikkim was also independent country till 1975. Okay, later that became the part of India, and they established the democratic government. So both Thar and Sikkim are in India are having different conditions, climatic conditions. One is receives very little rainfall and sandy lands. So another one is hilly area, receives heavy rainfall and sometimes those areas covered with snow. Okay. Thar is in the desert region, whereas Sikkim is in the Himalayas. So the influence of diverse cultures. So both the areas maintained diverse culture. Okay, not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are about moving from place to place for work. So at present, so all the people not staying at one place for search of jobs. Okay, people are moving different places. Even our Indians, our engineers, software engineers, doctors, lawyers, okay, migrating to America, going to America for higher studies, for good jobs. Okay, like that people are moving, keep moving from one place to another for different purposes. Okay, with each move, our cultural traditions and way of life slowly become part of the new place we are in. So if you see in America, some states filled with Telugu people. So now at present, all type of vegetables are available. All types of goods are available in America. So we are also introduced our culture there, traditions there, our crops patterns there. In the same time, beside that, our people are so adapted those cultures, dressing culture, okay, language, passions, food habits. Okay, so similarly in our neighborhood, we live among people from several different communities. Our daily lives are about the ways in which we do things together, and customs and traditions became part of our life process. Now we are teaching to others and we are learning from others, and we are living together at one place. That is the meaning of diversity. Clear? So, we will discuss about Pondicherry in the next class. Thank you.